Ho, 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 and welcome to Santa's Workshop. My name is Roy. I'm a home cook and amateur baker, and I'm here on this channel typically sharing recipes that have helped me to lose over 125 pounds, whether those recipes are mine or someone else's. Now, as you can see, today is not a recipe because I'm in the workshop waiting for Santa. It is Christmas Day, so he's probably going to sleep in a little late. So while I'm waiting for him to get up, I figured that I could join in on a tag started by D over a Dish with D, and all of the other channels that are participating in this tag will be listed in the description box, so go check out all of their answers as well, and maybe give them a little subscription love. Now, I haven't done a tag in a while, but when D said that they wanted to do a Christmas Day tag, I thought it would be perfect for me to jump in and do one for that. So these are all going to be Christmas-related questions. So let's get right into it. Number 1, favorite Christmas side dish. Now for me, the current one would be scalloped potatoes that Paul makes for the holidays typically. And his would be some pearl onions that I had made, I guess, last year or so. And he really likes those. But my absolute favorite would have to come from the past. My mother used to make cauliflower in a white cream sauce. That was my favorite. Every year, that is what I looked forward to. I actually haven't tried to replicate it, although I should, because I did enjoy it. But I think I kind of connect it to having her recipe, and I'm not sure it would ever be the same if she wasn't the one making it. So I'm going with that, and Paul's going with some pearl onions. Number 2, favorite Christmas dessert. Now, like Kim from A Girl and Her Phone, I'm one that does not really have favorites typically. It's just, it all depends on my mood for the most part. But Paul's favorite is pecan pie, which I do also love. So I think I'm going to go with him, pecan pie. Number 3 is favorite Christmas cookie. Now there are just so many cookies that I love. For Paul, it's those Florentine cookies that are kind of like lacy with a little chocolate on them. Mine, I have so many. I love a shortbread, but I really love those Mexican wedding cookies. They're like little balls powdered in sugar, like a little snowball and made with nuts. I love those. So I think I'm going to go with those at this moment. If you ask me next year, probably be a different story. Number 4, do you prefer to receive gifts or cash? Now, Paul and I agreed on this one that we would both appreciate most gifts that were meaningful, that were given in a thoughtful way. Doesn't have to be anything expensive. Could be homemade. Sometimes homemade is even better because you know people put thought into it and gave it to you after working on it themselves. But we both decided that thoughtful gifts would be the best. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, anything expensive, but I'd prefer a gift, and so would Paul. Number 5, open gifts Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. Now, we always used to have one gift we could open on Christmas Eve, and then we'd have to wait Christmas Day to open the rest of them. So that's what I'm going with. Paul was pure Christmas Day. That's what he grew up with. And even the Christmas Eve, sometimes we would do it, sometimes we wouldn't, but it was always Christmas Day. Number 6, colored lights or white lights on a Christmas tree. Now, Paul and I also agreed it depends on the theme that you are going for on your tree. Typically, when I was younger, I loved the colored lights. Now, I prefer the white lights. And I also don't mind if there's like white and red, white and blue, white and green, 2 colors. But the multicolored, I'm not a fan of it anymore. I used to be when I was a kid. But Paul and I both agreed white lights generally, depending on the theme you're going for. Number 7, peppermint or gingerbread. Now, Paul immediately said gingerbread, and I think I have to agree because honestly, I can have peppermint any time of the year, really. So gingerbread is typically very specific to the holidays. So Paul and I are going with gingerbread. Number 8 is chocolate chip bars or drop cookies. Now I'm assuming that D is saying either chocolate chip bars, like you just make them in a pan and cut them into bars, or chocolate chip drop cookies. I'm thinking that's what she says. Personally, Paul and I prefer the drop cookies, whether or not that's the way she intended the question. But we would be going with drop cookies. Number 9, how early do you take down your Christmas decorations or tree? Now, I used to put up the Christmas decorations on my well, not on my birthday, but after my birthday. My birthday is December 5th, so I would, after that, say, okay, it's time to decorate for Christmas. Then I would usually take it down when I lived on my own. I would maybe take it down as late as February sometimes because I didn't want to put it all back after I'd just taken it out. Now it would be around, a little after New Year's, maybe not exactly the next day, but shortly thereafter. But lately I haven't been decorating as much as I used to, partly because of my physical limitations, but it's also so daunting for me to haul it all out. It's out for a month, then haul it back in, take everything. It's just a lot for me right now, so I don't usually decorate too much. I have a little tree on the counter. I have some stockings on the fireplace, a couple of trees that I had painted years ago, and that's about it. But generally, I would say very shortly after the new year. Number 10, do you like fruitcake? I've personally never had a fruitcake that I liked. I've sampled little bits, and it's never been anything that drew me. Paul said he has had some that he liked, some that he hated, and he's usually pretty apprehensive about trying any new ones, just because the ones that he hated that much that it kind of is making him a little nervous, a little PTSD perhaps, of trying it and hating it. I did make one year for Christmas, and there were people who loved it, and there were people who were like, it wasn't the recipe. Some people just like that, and some people don't. I'm kind of edging towards I don't really like it because I've never had one that I really enjoyed. And then a bonus question is Christmas red or Christmas green? And again, Paul and I agreed on this, Christmas green all the way. Green is our favorite color, so that was what we were going with. But that's all of the Christmas tag questions for today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you all had a wonderful Christmas Eve, or whatever holiday you are celebrating. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell for the next time I upload any sort of video. And give me your answers down in the comments. What are your responses to some of these questions? What are your preferences? I'd love to know. And while you're in the description box, don't forget to check out the other channels that are part of this Christmas Day tag. There are quite a few of us doing this, so go spend a little bit of your holiday with the others if you don't mind. Also in the description box is all sorts of information like my Amazon storefront, my cookbook link if you want to buy my cookbook, and my social media. So check out that description box for all sorts of information. Well, I think I should go check and see where the old guy is, because I would think he'd be up by now. But, it was a busy night for him last night, so maybe I should give him a little leeway. And maybe I can grab a few of those cookies he left behind. So, until next time, bye.